So I don't know if they were being like for real or if they were being sarcastic.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tony.
Yes!
Welcome back to Short Pour, where we are continuing Oktoberfest, bitches. We're your hosts. I'm Chris.
And I'm Brandon. This will be our last Oktoberfest beer, and this week we're doing Oktoberfest from Left Hand Brewing.
The back of the bottle for this one, they got really fancy with this one. It is, let the rich copper hues of this bright lager shine from your stein. Our Oktoberfest Marzen balances malt-driven notes of bread crust, biscuit, and toasted pretzel with just the right amount of noble hop character, culminating in a dry and spicy finish. Deliciously repeatable, this take on the classic style is the perfect way to toast the season of crisp air, changing leaves, and festival feasts. Prost!
Dude, do you think that you kind of had a bit of an Irish accent at the beginning of that?
Yeah, I did. I don't know where that came from. I did start it out with just a little bit of an accent.
Okay. Especially when you said with your stein, and I was like, whoa, wait, which beer are we on?
Yeah. Let the rich copper hues of this bright
Yes.
lager.
That's how it started.
Oh my god. I didn't mean to if I did. But on the can, they also boast that it is brewed on the banks of the mighty St. Vrain, and it comes in at a 6.6% ABV.
Wait, it's brewed where?
This is brewed in Colorado.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Okay.
That's all right.
I see what they're saying. I don't think it's we have this debate in my household sometimes where they say it was a spicy finish, but I think they meant more not hot, but they meant more like spiceful.
Yes.
Like full of spices, not
yes.
like hot. I was expecting it to be like hot or something. I don't know.
Like they're using it more like a flavorful.
Yeah, like just saying spiced or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I actually could see how this one is. They said repeatable, and I could say you could sling a few of these back.
Oh, for sure. Fill a couple boots up with these.
Yeah, it's not as heavy as some of the other Oktoberfest styles we've had.
That's true. I agree.
All right, what do people think of this one?
Our first review is the second shortest that we've had. It is slightly more than a picture.
Okay.
The review just says, "Thanks, Tony."
Thanks, Tony.
But they gave it 3.1 stars.
Oh.
So I don't know if they were being like for real or if they were being sarcastic.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Tony.
Yes, I cannot tell the tone from this one. Just thanks, Tony. I don't know if they were happy with it or not.
Yeah.
And then
That's
with people's
hilarious.
rating systems, like 3.1, I feel like could go either way.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like for some people, this is above average. And then for other people, like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
That's true. Have we talked about this before? About like our rating scales?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Just like we have mentioned it before.
Okay. I'm just like, because I have a friend who like his like all-time best would be like, is like a 7 of anything.
Oh.
If he's like, yeah, like 7 is like it's amazing. He's like, because if it's like an 8, it'd be like something that I felt I could like never do again or something. And if it's like a 9 or a 10, it's like literally the best experience I've ever had in my life with something. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know, exactly. So like he throws out, like his is like skewed to where like he throws out a lot of like 5s because to him he's like, yeah, 5 is good because it's like right in the middle, it's average. Yeah, this is about what I expect. You know what I mean?
Yes,
but to me a 5 is like, oh yeah, you didn't really like it. Like it's just okay. You know?
You know what I think skews our rating system a lot? Is the like traditional grading scale in schools.
For American schools. Yeah.
You know, because like a 7 would be, a 70 of like, ooh, that's a C-. Yikes.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, it's just like, but C should be like most people got a C.
Well, to be fair, yeah, I mean, I do think that, to be fair, she's probably gonna be pissed off. But shout out to our mom for mom would always be like, "You got a B?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, I definitely did. Like a B was bad, even. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I remember bringing my first C home. I thought I was maybe the most worthless son that could possibly exist.
Uh,
The way- I remember she made me cry.
Wait, how old were you?
I think it was probably like 13, maybe. I think I got a C in algebra or something.
Oh no, dude, that's crazy.
And it also pissed me off because it was like one of those like 6-week progress reports. It wasn't even like the official report card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just happened to have a C at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I will say, I guess maybe I learned that from you or whatever. Just learned to like not have that happen. But I did not get a C until I was in college. When I didn't have to divulge that information to her anymore.
Yeah. I got a C every semester after that, and except for my first semester doing all IB classes.
Oh wow.
That semester I got only A's and B's. It was weird.
Just a spider or
No. I think a lot of it was more just like my time was so spoken for between like cross country, marching band, all my classes that like I was actually, like I had to be really self-disciplined.
Yeah.
And then, when cross country was over, like during the winter, I didn't do a sport. So I was like, my grades always dropped, but it's because I had more free time. Like I didn't have to be on top of everything.
Yeah,
Sucked.
me too. I would go through the same cycle every winter when I wasn't doing a sport. It's so much easier to be like, well, I don't have to necessarily do this because like now I have time to go hang out with somebody and I'm gonna do that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna play some games first with my friends and then, I can do this later.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen.
Yep.
All right, I got a second review after thanking our friend Tony. Number 2. I lied in my last review when I stated I was finally done with Oktoberfest this season. Somehow this bottle landed in my lap, so I ought to review it.
Aye.
And I would say I did not take the time to go through this guy's profile to see what was the last one, but
okay.
Pours a lot more reddish than most Oktoberfests, with a big, dirty white head.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
Dirty white head, man. It means that it's down to do some things.
Oh yeah, it is definitely reddish. I see that part for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Smell is typical, but with a hint of toe cheese. The smell is awful for an Oktoberfest.
What? Well, no, actually, no. I totally get that. Maybe we smelled fart. He got toe cheese, but yeah, there was something funky in there.
Yes, there was some funk. But the weird thing is he says smell is typical, but then he says it's awful.
Like, yeah.
For an Oktoberfest. Like, wait.
Yeah, that's true.
How much of a hint were you get? Like, you meant more than a hint then?
Yeah, that's true.
If it's awful.
Unless he just thinks that all Oktoberfests smell bad.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Well, no, maybe he thinks beer in general smells bad, but he expects more from an Oktoberfest.
Maybe.
This is one freaky tasting Oktoberfest. Hops are there, but it is ultra fruity and metallic. One of the worst Oktoberfests I have tasted. I don't get that at all.
Yeah, no. I don't get a metallic thing or anything.
I don't get metallic, sorry. Fruity.
Yeah, I also don't get fruit.
I don't get that either.
I get kind of like malt-driven notes of bread crust. And there's some biscuit in there and toasted pretzel.
Yeah, yep. Jesus.
No, but I don't get any sort of fruit.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about checkered flags.
Ooh.
Hey, Matt. Hey, how's it going, fella?
Pretty good. Have you heard of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast?
I have not. Could you tell me more about them? They sound great and hilarious.
Yes. It's about 3 guys that just shoot the crap and just hang out.
Oh, that sounds like what I'd like to do in my spare time. Just hang out with 3 dudes I've never met before.
That's right. And they make noises all the time.
Where can I hear these geniuses of men with huge penises?
I don't know. I think we've gone over 30 seconds.
Doesn't matter. Just say the fucking website.
So on all of the Oktoberfest cans that we had, I think all but one had this checkered flag on it.
You're right.
And I didn't notice until I started researching it, all of the checkered flags are also blue and white specifically.
You're right.
I know. I didn't know until I was trying to come up with something to look at.
Whoa, yeah, what the hell?
So, the blue and white checkered pattern that we see is like a symbol of Oktoberfest. And I guess we kind of, I don't know, associate it with it, but I'm also I have it marketed to me, so I didn't know. I don't know. But it's from the Bavarian flag.
Okay.
It is said to represent the Bavarian sky with the blue and white.
Okay.
And on the flag, we're going to end up looking at checkered flags, but this flag in particular is technically more of a diamond pattern.
Yeah, they're really angled.
So those shapes are called a lozenge.
Oh, okay.
And they're these skinny diamonds, they're technically taller than they are wide.
Got like a kite almost.
Yes. And on the actual flag, they're angled. It looks kind of weird if you look it up, because when I think of a diamond pattern, they're normally straight across, right? The diamonds are pointing up and down. They're actually pointed at a 45-degree angle.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
On the actual flag.
Yeah.
And that was represented in a few of our Oktoberfest cans. They were angled. And in my head, I was just oh, the flag's waving, or, it's just it was a cool pattern or whatever. But that's an actual
that's just how it is.
Homage to the Bavarian flag.
Oh, whoa, okay. You're an homage person.
What do you say?
Homage.
Homage. Oh, God. It just seems. Do you also say plaza?
No, I say plaza.
Oh, okay. Homage?
Yeah, pays homage to something.
It pays homage.
Is that wrong?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever heard homage, man.
I'm positive that you could say it like that.
It sounds like somebody who doesn't use electronics, man. They're the homage. They live out in the country.
Be homage, or you could be Manananite. Dude, I just looked it up and they say homage on Google.
Oh my god, dude.
Man, I didn't think that was going to be the part we focused on.
Yeah, me either. Holy cow. Homage.
All right, well, we're going to spend this episode paying homage to the checkered flag.
You might be right, man. I've never heard it pronounced that way, though.
I have heard homage, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay, we can both agree that homage is wrong.
Yes.
Because I have heard somebody say that before.
Pronounce the H.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's Caribbean.
Yeah.
Maybe it just depends on what you're going to say afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Thanks, Tony.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the checkered flag. And the checkered flag is a pretty universal sign of the end of a race.
Yeah.
And in other cases, the end of something. But this is across multiple motorsports. They just use the checkered flag. It's in Mario Kart. It's in NASCAR, F1, motocross.
Do they use it in cycling?
I don't know.
It would be hilarious for somebody to do that at track events. That would be so funny.
Yes, I know. They don't do it at track.
They wave the checkered flag. I know they don't, but that would be so funny.
But I think maybe bicycling, because one of the initial theories was that it was used at a bicycling race in France or something, for one of the first times. So
oh, gotcha.
Maybe it is. I guess I didn't look into cycling. I haven't watched too many ends of a cycling race, I guess. I just see the crash that happens in the middle. All right, so for the origins of the checkered flag being the finishing sign, there are a few theories. So the Wikipedia page is very adamant that one is correct and that there just is not any evidence of the other ones existing. And it even goes as far as to say that they are urban legends that persist in society.
Oh.
I don't know what the backstory is with that. But so I'll go through the ones that they claim are not correct, and then we'll go through the accepted one last. So the first one dates back to the 1800s, when horse racing was apparently a common pastime, especially for Midwesterners.
Oh, geez. Okay. That seems like quite a pastime. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. Hey, were you with me? This is going to sound so weird, but you brought it up with the homage thing and when you made it sound like Amish. Were you with me when we saw those Amish people racing a horse in their backyard? Were you with me for that?
No, I don't remember that.
Dude, they were on a like hand-built cart and they had a horse running them around like a circular track, and it looked awesome, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't remember if you were with me or not for that. It was just somewhere out in the middle of some, random place in Missouri.
When was that? Like, how old were you?
It's when we were going out to Delty's place.
I mean, so I would have been younger.
Yeah, I was probably 13, 14, something like that.
Yeah, I do not remember that. I might have been with you.
You would have been like 8 or 9. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, so the common pastime of horse racing.
Yeah.
And when lunch or dinner was ready, they would wave a tablecloth to signal that the food was ready.
Okay.
And that the racing was over.
Okay.
And at the time, the typical pattern of a tablecloth was the checkered tablecloth.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, again, this is apparently not correct because there's no actual evidence. It's just like an urban legend, according to Wikipedia.
This is the urban legend. Okay.
Right. But it reminds me of that.
That's a damn good urban legend, though.
Yeah, I know, because it makes sense.
It's plausible.
Yeah. So it reminds me of that episode of The Office where they're playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just like ends the game, and I was like, wait, so people were just racing randomly until food was ready?
Yeah.
It's like I could picture some guy being like, "Hey, you better not get your ass out of that kitchen until you see me take the lead."
Yeah. Yeah.
She was like, "This was ready 3 hours ago."
That is true, though. That would be weird to start a race without like an end in sight.
Yeah, you're just like randomly racing, and then it's just all of a sudden like it's over.
Well, because I feel like if you're doing laps, like that's not a race. Like I feel like to have a race, there has to be an end point.
Oh, so you don't think NASCAR is a race?
What do you mean? There's a certain number of laps.
Oh, I thought you said if you're just doing laps.
No, that's what I mean. Like, no. I do think NASCAR is a race. I'm saying like there has to be an agreed upon
number
end point, like stopping point, because otherwise you're just practicing. You know what I mean? Because like I've definitely run like or like ridden a course or whatever, on a mountain bike or motorcycle or even the track or whatever, and I'm not racing. I'm still trying to go as fast as I can, but I'm practicing. I wouldn't consider that a race. You know what I mean? So that does seem weird to start a race without an agreed upon like end point or stopping point.
I guess depending on how long it is, it's one of those things where like, I mean, we both ran cross country. So like, I know we both saw that random kid who was like, I'm going to sprint the first 100.
And then walk.
Yeah. But like all right, hey, I'm going to sprint the first 100. I want you to just bring out a few Lunchables and go ahead and just call dinner ready. Like it's just going to be a super short race.
Yeah.
But then how do you pace I mean, I guess you're racing a horse. I mean,
That's
the
true.
horse is going to get tired at some point. Like, how do you know? I need this horse to be able to run for a good solid, 15 minutes. Or I don't know. Just a weird thing.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the real story then?
Well, hold on. I got another one. The next one is that people believed that it was used because it provided like a high contrast image for racers to see, like amongst the like dirt and track and trees and while moving at high speeds. I also I don't know how high of speeds they were like actually moving in the 1800s. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, like, but apparently that one's also not correct. I mean, it does provide a high contrast image, but I mean, so would, any sort of contrasting color that you're waving, like you're giving it movement. So
that's true.
Whatever. But
I mean, green probably wouldn't be great.
Yeah, you're right. Or like a nice, like light blue and white lozenge kind of pattern up against the Bavarian sky.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
What the hell? Those clouds are moving too fast.
Yeah.
So the accepted theory dates back to 1906 at a road rally called Glidden Tours. The course was divided into different sections, and there were race officials at the end of each one that would check the time. Those officials were called checkers, and they used a checkered flag.
Ah,
And the whole thing is just a giant pun.
really?
Yeah.
Checker flag. Okay, that makes that. Why is it called checkered?
Well, that's the pattern, too.
Yeah, but why?
That is
like,
the pattern.
But like, why is that called checkered?
I don't know. It was already the accepted name of the pattern.
I got you. That is that.
I mean, it's like asking, like, why is it called plaid? I don't actually know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Or houndstooth.
That is a weird word. That is really very specific.
Yeah, so the checkered flag is actually spelt with a Q.
Oh, really?
You know that?
No.
Yeah, like that actual like pattern name is CHEQUERED flag.
Whoa.
But we think of it because of like checkers, like the game.
That's how I would spell
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yes. So you would spell it like checkers, and like a checker on the course, you would spell it, with the CK, but it's actually with a Q. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
That's the like actual pattern spelling.
Yeah.
So the like checkered pattern or checkered flag also has like some uses outside of like just racing. So it's also been a prominent feature on like the coat of arms for like lots of different groups. But a really common example of it, or like a really well-known example of it, is on the Croatian coat of arms, which is also featured on their flag. So you see the like checkered, I think theirs is red and white.
Yeah.
Checkering. It's also used just to signify the end of something. So a lot of software installation programs use it, like to indicate like a successful installation, that it's finished.
Okay. Yeah.
It also apparently, when the Giants used to play in the original Yankee Stadium,
Yeah.
from 1956 to 1973, they posted checkered flags on each corner of the end zone, which seems wild to think about. Like I don't know what I would make of that.
Like they would just like stick them in the ground, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I think they use them almost kind of like a pylon.
Oh, gotcha.
Like a pylon marker. Yeah, of just like, you made it. And I'm like, I understand it. I'm like, yeah, we're the drive is done.
Yeah.
But it's just like a weird, like I can't imagine anything besides those like orange block. Yeah.
Yeah. Orange foam rectangles.
And then in general, the checkered flag has also just become synonymous with like the automotive industry.
Mm-hmm.
So like a ton of places have, even just like within their like linoleum tiles, will have like a checkered pattern inside like an automotive shop.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that.
Or, like have it as like part of their logo, or like at a car dealership.
Decals.
Or yes, it's just like it is associated with cars.
Yeah.
Like that is what it is. Which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean they use it the most for sure.
All right, and that's all I got. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for listening. As always, if you want to like or subscribe, please follow us on Instagram at shortpourpodcast, or send us a suggestion through email at shortpourpod@gmail.com.
And whether you pour short
Or pour long.
always finish.